Teenagers are often seen as young, full of life, and hopeful for the future. However, some teenagers have committed horrifying acts that have shocked the world. In this video, we will delve into the chilling stories of 5 teenage serial killers who unleashed terror and darkness with their actions. Number 5. Michael Hernandez. Michael Hernandez was born in February 1988 in Miami, Florida. From the outset, he seemed like an intelligent and well-behaved child, known for his exceptional academic abilities. However, beneath this facade of normalcy, there were underlying issues that would later contribute to a horrifying crime. In 2004, at the tender age of 14, Hernandez committed a brutal act that sent shockwaves across the nation. He lured his classmate Jamie Goff into a bathroom stall at Southwood Middle School in Miami and assaulted him with a knife, ultimately taking his life. The gruesome nature of the crime and the young age of both the victim and the perpetrator deeply shook the community. The motive behind Hernandez's heinous act has been the subject of speculation and analysis. Some reports suggest that he had a morbid fascination with serial criminals, regularly researching their lives and methods. Additionally, it was discovered that he kept a journal filled with disturbing writings and drawings depicting violence. These elements, combined with a desire for notoriety, may have contributed to his decision to commit such a terrible crime. Following his arrest, Hernandez faced a trial that began in 2008. The prosecution presented compelling evidence, including surveillance footage and testimonies from classmates, which established the premeditated and calculated nature of his crime. Despite being only 14 at the time of the crime, Hernandez was tried as an adult, sparking significant debate about the appropriate punishment for juvenile offenders. In 2008, the court found Hernandez guilty of first-degree murder, and the young criminal was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Tears welled up in his eyes upon hearing the devastating sentence, underscoring the severity of his crime. The judge was convinced that he posed a significant threat to society. The decision to give a life sentence to a juvenile offender was highly controversial and brought attention to the challenges faced by the juvenile justice system. It raised questions about the potential for rehabilitation and the delicate balance between punishment and redemption. Since his conviction, Hernandez made several attempts to appeal his sentence and have it overturned, arguing that his age should be taken into consideration. However, he never got a chance to leave prison, and in 2021, at the age of 31, he passed away behind bars. The autopsy revealed that Hernandez was morbidly obese and had cardiac arrhythmia. Number 4. Eric Smith. Eric Smith, born on January 22, 1980, gained notoriety for committing a dreadful crime at a tender age. When he was just 13 years old, Smith perpetrated a horrific act, taking the life of 4-year-old Derek Roby in Steuben County, New York in 1993. This tragic incident shook the local community to its core, prompting profound questions about adolescent violence and the complexities of juvenile justice. On that fateful day, Smith encountered Derek Roby walking alone to a summer camp. Seizing the opportunity, Smith lured the young boy into a secluded wooded area, where he subjected Derek to a vicious and prolonged assault. The nature and brutality of the crime sparked outrage and disbelief among the community. Following the discovery of Derek's lifeless body, a massive manhunt ensued, with Smith quickly emerging as the prime suspect due to his distinctive red hair and glasses. He was apprehended shortly after and confessed to the crime, with substantial forensic evidence leaving no doubt about his guilt. Despite being only 13 years old at the time of the crime, Smith was subject to intense scrutiny within the juvenile justice system. There were questions about whether a child of his age could fully comprehend the gravity of his actions and whether it was appropriate to hold him to the same standards as adult offenders. After a lengthy trial, Smith was found guilty and charged with second-degree murder. Despite arguments from his defense attorney that he should be tried as a juvenile, the court ruled him as an adult due to the severity of his crime. He was sentenced to 9 years to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after serving 28 years. Number 3. Brenda Ann Spencer. Brenda Ann Spencer's name is forever linked to a tragic event that deeply affected the nation and drew attention to the complex issues of mental health and firearm access. Born on April 3, 1962 in San Diego, California, Spencer's actions on January 29, 1979, had a lasting impact on her community, sparking profound questions about the motives behind such acts of violence. At just 16 years old, Spencer committed a terrible act that changed the lives of many. Armed with a .22 caliber rifle, Spencer positioned herself near a window in her home overlooking Grover Cleveland Elementary School. As students and staff arrived for the day, she indiscriminately opened fire, targeting innocent victims without remorse. The consequences of her actions were devastating, resulting in the tragic loss of 2 lives and leaving 9 others injured. Among the victims were Principal Burton Ragg and custodian Mike Susha, whose deaths sent shockwaves throughout the community. This senseless act left many struggling to understand how a young teenager could harbor such darkness within. After her arrest, Spencer's infamous response to questions about her motive only deepened the mystery. When asked why she did it, she callously replied, "I don't like Mondays," leaving observers astounded and perplexed. As legal proceedings unfolded, it became clear that Spencer's troubled upbringing played a significant role in shaping her path. Reports revealed a history of violent tendencies and depression, along with a fascination with firearms. Despite numerous appeals, Spencer was found guilty of multiple charges, including taking lives and assault with a deadly weapon. Due to her status as a minor at the time of the offenses, she was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. Number 2. Bever Brothers. The news often mentions the Beaver brothers, but this is the story of Robert and Michael Bever. In 2015, their actions shocked Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. They planned a terrible crime against their own family. On July 22, 2015, inside their family home, armed with knives and a hatchet, they attacked. Their parents, David and April Bever, and 2 younger siblings, Daniel and Victoria, lost their lives in this brutal assault. Other siblings survived but suffered severe injuries. The motive behind this awful act remains unclear, though reports suggest the brothers had a disturbing interest in violence. During interrogation, Michael Bever revealed chilling details. They had a plan, much like other criminals. Michael distracted his sister while his brother attacked her. Their mother and father were next. Daniel tried to seek help by calling 911, but Michael deceived him, leading to tragedy. Their older sister managed to escape, activating the house alarm. However, Michael disabled it and brought her back, subjecting her to more violence. Younger siblings sought refuge in a bathroom but were convinced to unlock the door, leading to more harm. Thankfully, a knock on the door interrupted the violence, and police arrived in response to Daniel's call. Robert and Michael Bever were arrested and charged with multiple crimes. In 2016, Robert pleaded guilty and received life sentences without parole. Michael went to trial in 2018, found guilty on all charges, and received similar sentences. These sentences ensure they will never harm society again. Number 1. T.J. Lane. T.J. Lane, whose full name is Thomas T.J. Michael Lane III, gained notoriety as a convicted criminal due to his involvement in a deadly school shooting that shook the USA. Born on September 19, 1994, Lane grew up to be one of the most reviled teenage criminals worldwide. His violent assault significantly impacted the victims' families and drew attention to school safety concerns. On February 27, 2012, at just 17 years old, Lane carried out a shooting at Chardon High School in Chardon, Ohio. Armed with a .22 caliber handgun, he targeted students in the cafeteria during breakfast, resulting in the fatal shooting of 3 students and injuring 3 others: Danny Parmertor, Demetrius Hewlin, and Russell King Jr. The motive behind Lane's attack remains a matter of speculation and debate. Some reports suggest personal grievances or resentment, while others point to mental health issues. Lane's troubled background, including behavioral problems and a difficult family life, complicated the case further. After the shooting, a teacher managed to subdue him until authorities arrived, leading to his arrest on multiple charges. During his trial, Lane displayed little remorse, even smirking and making inappropriate gestures in the courtroom. In a chilling statement, He wore a t-shirt with an offensive word and addressed the victims' families disrespectfully. In March 2013, Lane was found guilty of all charges and sentenced to life in prison without parole. The judge characterized his actions as pure evil, stressing the need to safeguard society from such violence. That's all for now. Like and share the video and follow us for more such updates. Thanks for watching.